Hello, my lovely Libra friends. I am LaChondevi with Power Life Hypnosis, and this is your September 2018 love and romance reading. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do so at my website, POWERLIFEHYPNOSIS.com. You can also book a private reading with me directly through the description box below. If you'd like to know who your future long-term romantic partner is, including details such as when you meet your partner, where you meet your partner, what your partner will look like, how to recognize your partner, some details that I do not share here, as well as a full reading as to how to align yourself with the happiest, healthiest, most fulfilling relationship with your future partner, you can book a future partner reading with me today through the description box below, as well as at my website, PowerLifeHypnosis.com. These are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate with you. If they do not, you can check your moon and rising sign videos, as those videos may have the messages for you, or you can check all 3 videos in order to have a more complete picture of your love and romantic relationships during the month of September 2018. So of course, I would like to say thank you to all those who thumbs up, liked my videos. Thank you to all of those who commented, shared my videos. Thank you to all of my old subscribers as well as all of my new subscribers. I appreciate the support from you all so much. So let's go ahead and get into this reading, Libras. So I have here 3 cards representing the overall energy of our love lives during the month of September. I have here a 5-card spread, 3 5-card spreads, actually an extended spread here that's going to be week by week during the month of September. And then we're going to get into our guidance to discuss how we can bring about the best outcome using our free will in our love and romantic relationships during the month of September. So let's get into it. I hope all you are doing well at this time. Okay, Libras. So I have here 3 cards again, and the first card is a card of attraction. Attraction. You attract romantic love. So Libras, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. I also have here a card of it is safe to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. I also have here the Knight of Air. The Knight of Air, or the Knight of Swords. And this card reads intelligent, decisive, idealistic, tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options and creative solutions. So let's go ahead and get into these cards now. So regarding the theme of our love lives during the month of September, again, we have this attraction card. So again, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So the 2 things that I'm hearing here, one thing that I just heard, which I'm going to say first, is be here now. I just heard be here now, be in the present, because now is the only moment that counts. For example, if we think about it, actions that we did in the past, some of them can still be affecting us now. Actions that we do right here and right now can affect our future outcome in relationships. So let's focus on our relationships right here and right now. Let's use the law of attraction. Sorry for shaking the camera. Let's use the law of attraction. Let's use the positive energy available to us in order to bring about the most ideal circumstances in our romantic relationships. So the other meaning, again, is using the law of attraction. So we can, excuse me, attract the best love possible for us by, at any given moment, right here, right now, focusing on how to bring about the best circumstances in our relationships through our thoughts, through our beliefs, through our feelings, by noticing if we have any fear-based thoughts that come up. So I also have a card here of, again, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give the highest, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So I did get a message right before I started this reading, and the message is, remember that relationship fears are self-fulfilling. So give all fears to God for healing. So any fears, any doubts, any fear-based thoughts that you may have about love, romantic relationships, partnerships, go ahead and give those up during the month of September to God, universe, spirit, your higher power for transmutation, because we do not need to hold on to any of those challenges, because having fear-based thoughts, having thoughts that are less than love, again, fears when it comes to relationships, those do not benefit us in our relationships. Instead, those can push us away from people. Those can make us act in a way that does not resonate with love. And when we do that, that does not engender the best circumstances of love in our romantic relationships, especially with our partners, because they subconsciously pick up on those things. And of course, our actions subconsciously manifest the fear-based thoughts that we may have. Okay, so moving forward, again, we have this Knight of Air card, or this Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords, of course, is the fastest moving knight in the tarot deck. And it looks like there may be some changes, Libras, that happen very quickly in the month of September. However, whatever happens is going to be for our benefit here. Okay, so for some of us, there can be somebody coming in very quickly, perhaps with a love offer. Somebody coming in very, very quickly. There may be some conflicts during the month of September. However, those will pass, and again, for our benefit. However, we are, some of us, being called to take some kind of action in our love lives. Take some kind of action, but we are being reminded not to be too impulsive when it comes to our romantic relationships. So we should move forward, perhaps think quickly. Nevertheless, we must be, again, cognizant of acting too quickly or acting too impulsively here. So now that we have the theme, we'll see how these cards play out in the rest of this reading regarding the predictions here. So let's go into our first prediction, Libra. So for our first prediction, let's see where I am being called to. Drop the card. So what I'm being called to first is this card here. Passion. Passion. Passion and fireworks still sparks in your love life. So Libras, there is passion, there is fireworks. So it may not be that our love lives are dull, but it looks like we still have some very good loving energy going on here. Fate. Fate is guiding and helping your love connection. Luck is with you. So you may already know that fate is on your side. You may already know that you are being divinely directed, or you already may know that this situation is fated, or whoever we're dealing with is fated. However this resonates with you, nevertheless, once again, luck is going to be with us during the month of September. And fate, guide, spirit, universe, the angels, our higher powers are with us, and again, guiding us forward toward the best outcome in our relationship. So that's a very good energy there. And again, we may already be aware of this. So it looks like in the past, there could have been some reunion, or perhaps we were seeking a reunion, but we have some kind of reunion energy here. So somebody from the past could have come back into our lives, or again, perhaps we were seeking a reunion with somebody. There can even be some reconciliations that have occurred with us in a previous partner. This is going to resonate with us all in different ways. Nevertheless, in the past, so you already know how this resonates, we have this reunion energy. Second chances, getting back together is possible now. Keep an open heart. So it looks like what's going on right now, if this hasn't happened yet, there's going to be an important message. There's going to be a very important message. And I have more about this message coming up as we move forward. A message or contact from your love is on its way. So there will be some kind of important message, some kind of important communication, something like that. And this can be most likely written word for most of you, written word, but this can also be on the telephone. This can be in person. This can be over Facebook. This can be over, you know, whatever text messaging apps, emails, anything like that. We're going to have some kind of message that comes through that's going to be of significance during the month of September. Nevertheless, we're going to be exercising our free will. So please stay here for the guidance portion of this reading, because our free will is going to be very, very important in this situation. So let's discuss how to bring about the best outcome here. Free will. Destiny, so destiny, fate. Destiny and fate has brought us together, yet the outcome is decided by our free will. So we have the free will to, for example, if there was a reunion, this is just an example, but we have the ability to decide, are we going to reconcile with somebody or not? Are we going to be with somebody or not? Are we going to stay with somebody? Are we going to move forward? Whatever is best for us, we are going to be utilizing our free will here. And that's great. That's great, because we have the power. We have the power. We have the option here. And I just must say, for some of you, this may deal with a new aspect in a relationship, because we did get that reunion card. We got that reunion card. So this can be speaking of somebody coming back. But I did get these two cards that came out together. I just saw 11:44 on the clock. So there may be some kind of evolution, maybe spiritual evolution, or we may be making a decision to bring some healing or some stability into our romantic relationships during the month of September. So again, for some of us, there could be some really new energy here. So we have this new love and this new chapter. So for some of us, we can be meeting somebody new, or for others of us, it could be a new chapter in our relationship, bringing about a refreshed energy of love, a new love. So regardless if this is a previous partner or a new partner, we have here some fresh new energy for maybe one or two of us, but we have that energy there. Alrighty, my dear. So let's go ahead and go into our Lenormand prediction here. So let's go ahead and go into who we may be dealing with during the month of September. And Libras, please keep in mind that we're not all dating the same person. So some of these details may resonate, some of them may not, some of them may describe us. But again, this is a general reading. So please take what resonates with you and please leave what doesn't. So who we could be dealing with during the month of September. Some of us may be dealing with a fellow air sign, in particular Gemini. A Gemini. Some of us could be dealing with an Aries. Others of us could be dealing with an earth sign. Capricorn in particular, Taurus in particular, or Virgo. So we have those energies here. Now, we may be dealing with somebody who, okay, so I'm seeing kind of different body types here. And of course, this is a general reading. So if you would like to know exactly what your partner looks like, you can book a reading with me. However, for this general reading, I see that some of us could be dealing with somebody who is tall, long legs, maybe graceful in their way of walking or just in their energy. This can be somebody who is more on the thin side. Even somebody who has a delicate build. For example, maybe their bones seem delicate or a delicate build in some way. This could be somebody who is older. This could be somebody with blue or gray eyes for some of us. Depending on the age of this person can be bald or balding, or even have white or gray hair. I'm seeing more of a light coloring here. Now, some of us could be dealing with somebody who has maybe a bigger or larger body type, or maybe just bigger than ourselves. Perhaps they have some kind of curves, even curvy up top. This could be somebody who has a somewhat yellow complexion, if you can imagine, a gold ring, right? So those are the details that I'm picking up on regarding who we could be dealing with. Now, for the prediction, again, I have that ring card, and the ring card is on the bottom. The letter. So again, we have here this message. This letter is going to be of significance during September. For the prediction, we have here the cute little tramp. So we have the tramp with the gentleman. Stork. Mountain. So again, ring, letter, gentleman, stork, mountain. So taking this situation together here, when it comes to this ring card, this can speak of somebody who we're in a committed relationship with, somebody who we're committed to in general. For some of us, this can be somebody we're married to or engaged to, or perhaps that's even something that's presented to us. But this is generally speaking about, because it's in the foundation position, something that's already present. So again, marriage, commitment, engagement, somebody who we are tied to here. This can also speak of cycles in relationships. So maybe you've been going through some sort of cycle with this particular person that we're speaking of. Now again, I have this letter card here at the top, speaking of this letter being of great significance. So again, this is likely going to be some kind of written word, email, telegram, carrier pigeon, social media, Facebook, whatever it is. I'm seeing here more likely a written letter that's going to be, once again, of significance here. Now, regarding this prediction with the tramp, or the gentleman rather, the stork and the mountain. So I must say, because the mountain card came up on the end, this is likely speaking of some kind of blockage. When I see the mountain card on the end, it's like things are progressing and then the mountain blocks it, because the mountain can speak of obstacles, challenges, delays. We can get around these things. You know, we can get around these obstacles through using our free will in the best way. However, with this situation, it looks like perhaps this male, so this male could be whoever you're dealing with, or this male could be you. If you're in a same-sex relationship, please take this as it resonates. This could be the more masculine energy. So we have here this gentleman, or this man card here. And it looks like it could be that either, you know, this man could, or there could be a situation with this man where there is some kind of blocked improvements. I'm seeing here these two aces, this ace of clubs, this ace of hearts. So there could be some kind of delays even. There could be some kind of delays in this situation. So some of us could be expecting obstacles regarding this gentleman here. But I see here the improvements or moving forward in some kind of way is going to be blocked, going to be delayed. There may be some temporary setbacks. For example, with this gentleman, due to this gentleman, you could be this gentleman experiencing this with somebody of either gender. Take this as it resonates. Or it can be speaking of progress, improvements. However, these are happening slowly. It's not a fast moving energy, because again, this mountain card tends to block or halt the energy here. So that's what I have regarding our Lenormand spread here. But again, we have that message, and we also have that message right here, pleasant letter. So in all these predictions here, I have this letter that's of importance. On the bottom, expectation, as well as gaining a lot of money, for the prediction. Living room. High honors. Alrighty. Expectation, pleasant letter, getting a lot of money, living room, high honors. So again, we have that letter that is going to be on our minds at some point during the month of September. So it could be that there are delays with this situation and that perhaps a letter comes through here. But we do have this communication once again that's going to be of significance. So it looks like here there may be something that we've been waiting on, perhaps waiting on, and we were unable to act. So we had to stay still just waiting for something to happen here. Or this could be a situation that has been going on for a long time. Anything like that. But this expectation card speaks of waiting. For some of us, this could be speaking of a pregnancy occurring during the month of September. Maybe one of you or two of you. But I'm more so picking up, once again, we have this waiting. On our minds is this letter. On our minds is this communication, what we're thinking about. Significant here is this letter. And it looks like, for many of us, there's going to be a really positive turn for the better here. A really positive turn for the better in a situation with a particular person or in our relationships in general. Gaining a lot of money, that's a great card to have, as well as this high honors card, because this high honors card speaks of recognition. If this was, for example, a job situation, it would be a promotion. So this is moving upward to higher ground, to something better, recognition, all those great things in our love lives. So again, we have a turn for the better, and that may be something that really affects our inner selves. Our inner selves, our souls, making us feel at home with ourselves here because we have these really positive cards. So this gaining a lot of money card again is saying that there's going to be something really, really positive that's going to come during the month of September. 2222 on the clock. So that's a really great energy. There's really divine energy coming to our partnerships here. We can be making some kind of decision. We could be bringing balance to our love lives. We may be bringing stability to our love lives as well. So we have this, again, this really, really good energy here with this high honors card here. So again, there may be some delays here regarding this situation. Nevertheless, it looks like things are going to evolve in a good way for us. So that's a really excellent energy there. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into here our extended spread using my personal prediction cards. And right now I'm doing something a little different just because I wanted to see how this would go. I'm not really discussing the past because you guys know what happened in the past. So I want to see what's going on week by week during the month of September. So let me know how you guys like this. If you like, ooh, 23 on the clock, making a decision to transcend or progress, move forward. Excellent energy. Excellent energy. Okay, so again, let me know how you guys like this, if you like this better, but I want to give you guys more of the predictions coming up here because again, you guys know what happened in the past. However, if you would like to hear that, we can do that too. We can do whatever you like. Okay, so regarding my personal prediction cards, all right. Okay, so I have here that many of us will be experiencing a good connection. So this can be a good connection with a particular person, or this can be a good connection with ourselves. We may be experiencing a lot of self-love at this time. So that's a really good energy there. Self-love is always great because with self-love, we are able to attain happier, healthier, more fulfilling relationships. When we are lacking on the self-love, that's the energy that gets us into unhealthy relationships, right? So let's go ahead and get into this here. Excuse me. So Libras, regarding what we may be experiencing now, whenever you're watching this, I have here that we may be experiencing some endings with a particular person, with a particular partner, maybe a past partner. But I'm seeing here some endings and some detachment that we may have from a certain person. We may have decided to detach because maybe somebody was playing games and that just wasn't for us. Of course, we could have been playing the games as well because this is a general reading, so the energy can be vice versa. Nevertheless, I do feel as though for many of us, the other person was playing games, and that caused us to experience a change in direction regarding this relationship. So we decided to move in another direction here because we want our wishes granted regarding love here. And in the first week of September, it looks like some of us may have experienced some betrayal in this relationship. Nevertheless, we are experiencing a change of heart, a change of mind, or a change of perspective when it comes to this situation. So again, I see a change of direction happening, and then I see also a change of heart, mind, or perspective here. And we could be, okay, I have here a female card, so this could be the female who we're dealing with, or this can be us. You know, take this as it resonates. Nevertheless, I do see here that perhaps some of us were in a third-party situation. Some of us could have been in a third-party situation with another individual. Perhaps they had a third party that they were putting in this situation. And if that is the case, then we are saying, no, we are not down with it. You know, we don't like those apples. We're not going to participate. So we are going about a new beginning in our romantic relationships during that first week of September, or on the other side of the energy that's happening now. Or if the other person did not have a third-party situation, we could be bringing in a third party to the situation and attaining a new beginning again here with this new love, with this new chapter. For some of us, that can be what we're doing. We're attaining a new beginning with another individual. So going into the second week of September, my dears, I see a situation where there may be some challenges because of a feeling of unrequited love. And this can be unrequited love from us towards our partner, or unrequited love towards our past partner even, or unrequited love from them to us. But I do see some challenges regarding unrequited love, perhaps from a male, or again, we could be this male experiencing this. And this could be somebody who we were casually dating. However, I do see a completion to this situation because we may be in isolation from this individual here. And going into the third week of September, I do see here this past love energy. So we may be thinking about this past love. We may be thinking about the disappointment that we've experienced with this past love. Nevertheless, we are releasing it because we are at a distance from this person. And this can even be speaking of somebody who's at a distance, or we could have put distance in between us and this person, perhaps because we want to move forward, we want to evolve. Nevertheless, I do see here that there will be a conversation for many of us, a conversation regarding this rejection. So that may be what this message is about. So maybe there's a text conversation or an online conversation or anything like that. And it's interesting because I just noticed here on this new chapter book, a new chapter card rather, this is a book, written word, written message. So we have that energy there. So again, we could be releasing this disappointment, perhaps releasing this past love, because we have distance in between us and this person. And we're not really down with the feeling of rejection. Or we could be rejecting another person through our conversation. So however that resonates with you, it's going to resonate with you all in different ways. So going into the end of the month, so this could be the fourth week of the month, or however this resonates with you, different ways for everybody, or different times rather. I see here that going towards the end of the month, there may be some unresolved issues. Some unresolved issues, perhaps causing some hurt feelings, because of some miscommunications or some misunderstandings with the soulmate that is going to be causing some kind of setbacks. Nevertheless, once again, the situation is destined. This situation is fated. Because in the end, all is going to turn out well. That's what I have here. In the end, all is going to turn out well. All is going to turn out for our benefit. Nevertheless, once again, fate is guiding and helping us in our love connections, and luck is with us. So, as moving forward, us releasing that conversation, whatever happens here is destined, was supposed to happen here, so we can move forward and so everything can be well. So just to let you know, there may be some challenging energy coming up at the end of the month. Nevertheless, again, ultimately, everything is for the better. Ultimately, everything is for the better. All right. So let's go ahead and go into our guidance here so we can see how to bring about the best outcome in this situation. I apologize if you guys can hear all the noise going on outside, all the summer fun, or what is this, fall? Where I am, it's always summer, so. Okay. Let's see where to go first. Okay, we'll just go here. So, I have here the cards of progress, not perfection. And this is appetite. Appetite? I'm not sure how to pronounce this card, but progress, not perfection, my dears. Do not compare yourselves to others or judge yourself. Instead, focus upon how far you've come and all that you've learned. So, as in any situation in life, it's not about progress, it's about perfection. We're always growing, we're always learning, we're always evolving, especially when it comes to relationships. I like to think of relationships like school. You know, in our early relationships, we're learning about ourselves, we're learning about, you know, what relationships are like, who we are, because we learn the most about ourselves in relationships. So who we are, what it is that we like, what it is that we don't like, what we'll tolerate, what we won't, and then we learn as we move forward. And at some point we get into those soulmate relationships that we recognize, and we see that, okay, these relationships came to teach me something, to help me learn. So I'm progressing with every relationship, even if they didn't turn out positive. Again, I'm progressing. We're progressing with every relationship, not seeking perfection, but just to seek to move forward into happiness and more fulfilling relationships here. However, when we then get to, for example, it's like school or like college. So it's like we can go in these lower division classes when we're first learning. Then we go into our upper division classes. You know, we go into our upper division classes where we're learning those soulmate relationships. And then we finally graduate when we find our future partner. You know, so again, if any of you would like to book a future partner reading with me, you can do so in the description box below or on my website. Nevertheless, it's like we graduate when we enter a relationship with that divine mate, with that future partner, with the person we're supposed to be with. So again, do not compare yourselves to others. We are all on our own journey between us and our higher powers. So everything is working out for us in divine timing, especially as it should. Okay. So also, and I wore my moonstone bracelet for you guys. This is for you guys because we have the card of, oh, and I have a little moon here. We have the card of moonstone. Heightened intuition. Heightened intuition. So let's pay attention to our intuition, the messages that we are receiving, the signs that we are receiving from the universe, from God, from spirit, a higher power. You know, it's like feathers on the ground, pennies on the ground, spirit pennies. We may see signs through billboards. We may watch TV and receive a sign. We may listen to a song and receive a sign, but it's going to come to us in different ways. Or we just may have, you know, those intuitive senses, However, Libras, let's be extra aware. Let's be extra aware of our inner knowingness, rather, because it's trustworthy. So it's interesting. Let's pay attention to that small voice within us, because that's generally, rather, our intuitive voice. We can have those different voices in our heads. Everybody has them. It doesn't mean we're crazy, but we can have that small voice in our head that tells us to do this or do that. And then we can have that larger voice that is our 3355 on the clock. Let's go back to that. We can have that larger voice, which is our ego-based self. So again, we're going to be progressing and moving forward by making some kind of changes. There's going to be some transitions even through making some kind of big changes or divine changes here. So again, let's pay attention to our intuition. Let's pay attention to that small voice, because that's the one that knows what to do. And I'm just getting guided to say this example. One example is, if you guys want to know what that still small voice is, the intuitive voice is, for example, that can come through our clairaudience, through our inner ears, or any kind of sense. It's something such as this. Say we're driving on the freeway, on the highway. We're driving and something, see, I live in Los Angeles, in the greater Los Angeles area. So we have so much traffic here. So it can be a situation like for us where we are driving on the freeway and something says get off on this exit, or we see traffic coming up and something says get off on this exit, and it's a smaller voice, and then there's that louder voice that says no, it's gonna be good, like no, we're gonna get through it. And then if we would have gotten off on the freeway, we would have cut off all this extra hoopla, you know. So let's pay attention to that still small voice, because it will never lead you astray. Okay, let's go ahead and go into my wisdom of the oracle cards. Again, progression, transitions, moving forward. We have chaos and conflict. 33. In the reverse, orphan. 5. As well as higher power. 4. In the upright. So this chaos and conflict card is actually pretty great, because it says that sometimes we can experience chaos and conflict in a relationship, and really none of us are immune to experiencing chaos and conflict in our lives. Nevertheless, again, we can be experiencing some challenges in our relationships, even if not now. This is speaking up in general, so it could be in the near future, whenever this resonates for you. And this chaos and conflict card says that, 1, sometimes we can experience chaos and conflict in our lives that appears to be external. For example, maybe somebody brings chaos and conflict to our lives. However, the chaos and conflict that can appear externally can really be a product of what we are experiencing internally. For example, not to say that this is what's going on with you. However, an example of this is, say we get into an unhealthy relationship with a partner who is maybe abusive in some way, or a partner who maybe puts us down, or a partner, you know, who causes challenges in our lives. That can be a result of us getting into a relationship, as we were discussing before, out of desperation. Or we could be getting into a relationship because of codependency needs, not because we have, you know, filled up our well of self-love enough to where we can then give love to others. So this chaos and conflict card once again says that the external issues that we experience can also be a product of what's going on in the inside. So it could be beneficial for us to go within and look at us on the inside. Perhaps if we are experiencing challenges, why we are experiencing this, what within us is causing us to experience these challenges, because really it takes two. You know, we have to be a part of these challenges. We have to condone them, or not necessarily condone them, but be a part of them for them to happen. So another meaning of this card is saying that there can be chaos, there can be conflict going on. However, we can progress, we can move forward. This is card number 33. So we can progress, we can move forward, we can transition into something better, because when we have chaos and conflict, what happens is this can be like a perfect storm, right? Or a quiet storm, or this chaos and conflict can disrupt the foundation that we have. It can, for example, come in and just like a tornado, shake everything up. However, when the tornado settles, when the chaos and conflict settles, that gives us the opportunity to make a whole new beginning in our love lives, to build a whole new foundation. So chaos and conflict is actually something that can be very beneficial for us, because just as we were speaking of before, we can look at the chaos and conflict, and because we learn the most about ourselves in romantic relationships, we can look at that chaos and conflict and we can see why it's happening, how it's happening, and we can make the conscious decision to move forward in a better, more fulfilling way. We can look at the chaos and conflict, see the predicament, how this occurred, and we can say, okay, you know what? I'm going to do something different so I don't experience this in the future. So chaos and conflict can actually be beneficial for us. It can lead to transitions. It can lead to us moving forward in a positive way. When we are separated from people, also, you know, when we are separated from people, if you are separated from somebody, or if there is distance between you and somebody, again, that's the time that we have to ourselves to learn about who we really are. So, you know, that's a very important time for us, a very healing time for us. So again, I have this number 5 orphan card in the reverse. So maybe there are some changes that need to occur. Maybe there's been some stagnant energy regarding these changes. However, this orphan card, when it's in the reverse, it speaks of our fears of abandonment. And this could say that for some of us, intimacy can be threatening. For example, from past relationships, because of things from past relationships, intimacy can be threatening. However, we must keep in mind that not every relationship is going to be the same. Not every relationship is going to be disappointing. Not every relationship is going to be hurtful rather. I had to restart the clock because I had an interruption. I just saw 4:44. So angelic healing is coming to this situation where there may be fears of abandonment. So during the month of September, it may be beneficial for us to, for example, address unhealthy patterns, beliefs, actions. Let's address, take notice of, go within, you know, notice these challenges that we've had from the past, so we do not repeat them, because we don't want to, for example, recreate unhealthy family dynamics. We don't want to recreate unhealthy relationships. So if we acknowledge what is going on, acknowledge that perhaps if we have a fear of abandonment, that may be negatively affecting our relationships as it may have in the past. And if we do not get that in check, or if we do not go within, if we do not do anything to heal from that, if we do not do anything about that, we just let it, you know, hang out in our subconscious, that can negatively affect our relationships moving forward. So we must look into this situation or these feelings, and again, recognize that we can change our patterns in relationships. So when we choose to consciously change our patterns in relationships, that is what is going to allow us to move forward with, you know, again, a new love, or even a past love, however this resonates, but that's going to allow us to move forward in a more beneficial way. We have to look at those patterns, look at those fears, and consciously change them. Even if it's scary, even if it's not comfortable, which a lot of the time it is. When we have fear-based thoughts about relationships, or when we have fear of abandonment about relationships, it's usually because of things that have happened in the past, or fear of rejections, anything like that. It's because we've had those situations happen in the past, and we still have some kind of tie to those situations. And again, we must release them so that way we can move forward in relationships in a happy, healthy way. Because fear, the relationships from the past, they have no standing. They have no, you know, room to be in our present relationships. You know, especially if we had challenging relationships in the past. It's like, you stay there. You stay there. I'm moving forward in a happy, healthy way because I deserve the best. So, again, I also have here number 4, higher power. This came up in the upright. So this card is saying, Libras, that it's important for us to, first off, we must be aware of our connection between us and our higher powers. To find stability, to find security, order, we must put our relationship with our higher powers first. And again, remember that relationship fears. So this message really coincides with what we're talking about right now. Remember that relationship fears are self-fulfilling. So give all fears to God for healing. So whoever your higher power is, give your fear-based thoughts up to your higher power for transmutation. And one very powerful prayer that I love to say is, please heal my fear-based thoughts. So a lot of the time, I mean, prayer, when we reach out to our higher powers, prayer is amazing. Nevertheless, when we pray for our fear-based thoughts to be healed, what ends up happening is, instead of praying for an external to come to us, So instead of praying, for example, I wish for a pleasant relationship, I wish for this to come to me, we pray for our fear-based thoughts about our love lives, about our self-worth and the ability to attain relationships, about however this resonates with you. We ask to heal our fear-based thoughts about whatever that is, because when we do that, it removes, it clears up the energy, the negative energy that we could be subconsciously putting out into the universe about what it is that we seek. For example, or further on this is we have dominant thoughts, we have non-dominant thoughts. So that's within our minds, within our subconscious. So we can have dominant thoughts of, maybe I'm never going to get love. Maybe love is challenging, you know, this or that. And I'm going to cancel because I don't really want to put that in my subconscious. But those are thoughts that are very common for us. So we may have those fear-based thoughts in our minds. And then we also have, so those are our dominant thoughts. We also have non-dominant thoughts, which could be the thoughts that we consciously say, you know, yes, love is around the corner. Yes, you know, I'm going to be in a great relationship. Yes, I'm going to have a great boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, whatever. However, our dominant thoughts are the ones that really manifest in our lives. So we can say that prayer once again. Please heal my fear-based thoughts, because that's a very powerful prayer that we can use in order to remove those dominant thoughts that may be keeping us from love. And the way I like to do this prayer is I do call upon the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit is the messenger between us and God. However, if that's not for you, you can call on whoever you wish to, or you can just say the prayer in general. Just say the prayer in general. And I ask for the Holy Spirit. So Holy Spirit, please heal my fear-based thoughts. And then I kind of envision it happening, feel it happening. And as the Holy Spirit is healing my fear-based thoughts, I say a quiet thank you. Thank you for doing that. And what I recommend is just trying it. You know, it's one sentence. So trying it is not going to hurt. It can only harm. But you can say something like, Holy Spirit, or whoever, please heal my fear-based thoughts about my self-worth and the ability to attain a happy, healthy, loving relationship. Right? So we have to connect with our higher power. Nevertheless, our higher power is the primary relationship that we need to focus on. We can be focusing on with our higher powers, again, the law of attraction, because as we give up those fear-based thoughts, as we reach out to our higher power who provides the very best for us no matter what, even if our small selves don't see it, we are attracting the very best to us as we build, strengthen, focus on our relationships with our higher powers. So that relationship with our higher powers must come before a relationship with anyone else. And I think I was mentioning this in the Scorpio reading. I apologize if I've already said this in this reading. Nevertheless, you know, sometimes we can put another person ahead of us as our higher power, answering to another person as our higher power. And that's not going to bring us the most fulfilling, loving relationships that we can experience. We must have like a three-way relationship between us, our partners, and our higher power. And our higher power is always going to steer us in the right direction. So we must focus on that. And for some of us, this could be saying for us to become aware of where we are manifesting from, where we are attracting from. So for some of us, this is saying for us to be aware of that. So if we are focusing on those fear-based thoughts, or those thoughts that are less than love, or anything like that, that's going to be the place that we manifest from. That's going to be the place that we manifest from. So we must kind of flip that around and again rely on our higher power, because our higher power is always going to provide for us no matter what. There are always a higher power. The angels, spirit, universe are always co-conspiring for our benefit. Have no doubt about that. So as long as we lean on our higher power, as long as we put our focus on our higher power, pray, speak to our higher power, know that our higher power is bringing us the best outcome. And it's interesting because I've had this deck for so many years, like 4 years. And I never really paid attention to this, but hopefully you guys can see this here. Okay, you see how on this angel's face here, can you see that there's a key? There's a key right here. So there's the face, there's the key. And the key is in this angel's third eye. I associate keys with the key to our problems, the solution to whatever we are experiencing, the key to our success. Again, the key to remove our problems from our lives. So in this situation, this is saying to me, I also associate the key with soulmates. So again, this is saying to me that by focusing on our relationships with our higher powers, we can achieve the key to our success, the solution to our problems, soulmates, soulmate relationships. Great energy there. So that's what we must do. Okay? And again, we can always utilize the law of attraction. And when we utilize the law of attraction, we are working with our higher powers, our unseen friends, you know? So, all right, let's go into these additional cards here. So first I want to say, oh, that is interesting. Okay, let's go here first. Ground yourself. Libra, so we are being guided to ground ourselves during the month of September. So that may be something that is necessary. Ground ourselves, breathe from the stomach, not from the chest, you know, not the bird breathing. Breathe from the stomach, ground ourselves, meditate, do whatever feels good. Do whatever feels good. Because, Libras, when you detach from awareness of your body and the physical world, you become ungrounded. Although it's pleasant to float heavenward, your attention and your work are needed upon the earth right now. We, spirit, guide, universe, angels, fairies, your higher powers, we are helping you balance the spiritual and material so that you can enjoy a fulfilling earthly life. So what I just heard in my inner ears, for some of you, this may be asking you guys to kind of balance your divine masculine and divine feminine energies. So the divine feminine energy is the energy within us that is the creative energy, the intuitive energy, the empathic energy, the receptive energy. The divine masculine energy that is within us, we all have divine masculine, divine feminine energies within all of us. And the masculine energy is that manifestation energy. So that's this. And this. Manifestation energy. Moving forward with gusto. Just like we're speaking of before. You know, moving forward with vigor, gusto. You know, it's like great focused energy. So again, I feel as though many of us are being guided to balance that, you know, balance those energies, those receptive energies, those moving forward energies, the yin and the yang. And this I find very interesting here because we had this card, right? So this is how the theme works out. We had this card, right? So it is safe for you to love, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. We also have here heart chakra. Heart chakra. And this card reads, love. Love, amore. Love is the heart of the matter, Libras. Your heart is the center within your physical being, attuned most to love. Your heart center, your heart chakra. Now, what it also says is, whoopsh, it is safe for you to love. It is safe for you to love and be loved with an open heart. I didn't even see all that. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, I love when this kind of stuff works out. Okay, it is safe for you to love, right? And be loved with an open heart. So again, open your heart to give and receive the highest love of all. It's safe for you to love. You are loving. All we have to do to be loving, all we have to do to receive love is be loving. That's the only prerequisite to attaining love. Just be loving. It is safe for you to love and be loved with an open heart. As we, angels, God, spirit, universe, your higher powers, as we stand by with perfect protection and guidance. So once again, there's guidance. There's guidance being given to us. There's guidance. Universe, spirit, our higher powers, and angels, they are providing us with the messages that we need. And they may come internally through our psychic senses. It can come through our, claircognizance, our psychic knowing, It can come through our empathic abilities, our clairsentience. It come through our, now I can't remember the word, but clairaudience or claircognizance, clairvoyance, whatever. It can come through anyway, or again, it can come through outside sources. So if we experience any of those, please be aware of them and know that they're not coincidental. They are for you, to guide you in the best direction, because your guides are speaking out to you saying, Libra, everything's great. Libra, let me show you the wonderful things that are going on and that will be going on in the near future and into the future. Amazing. And you're being protected because everything is up to fate. God's universe, spirit, your higher powers, again, they know so much more. Your higher self knows so much more. Your soul knows so much more. Sorry for shaking the camera, got excited. Than your ego-based self. Than your earthly 3D-based self. Your 5D self knows so much more than your 3D self. So know that things are fated. They're working out. You're being protected and guided. Okay? Okay. So, my dears, let's go ahead and go into our first card from Spirit, and this will wrap up our reading. So, dearest Libras, pump up the music. Bang the drums. Get on up, and start that hustle towards your goals and dreams. That's what we're talking about, right? The balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine energies. It's time to act here. Now's the time to make that first move, to say yes to life, to pick up the phone, make that decision, and take that step towards the gods or us. And remember, take one step towards the gods, they will take 10 towards you. Expect a cascade of changes, good news, and opportunities to show up as if by magic. Well, we know it's really spirit in all of us moving things around for your benefit. That's what we were speaking of. The point is that we are saying, go for it, you guys. Go for it. Take positive action toward your dreams, even if the outcome isn't an exact fit for your agenda. It will all be orchestrated by spirit, by God, by universe, by your higher powers, by your unseen friends, by the angels. It will all be orchestrated by spirit and arrive in divine, appropriate timing. Don't you just love how it all works? We love you so, so much. So, my dearest Libras, those are the messages that I have for you for your love and romantic relationships during the month of September. So I hope I was able to provide you with some useful guidance and messages. Again, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can go ahead and do so now through the description box below or through my website, POWERLIFEHYPNOSIS.com. If you would like to know who your long-term future partner is, how to align yourself with the happiest, healthiest, most fulfilling relationship with your partner, go ahead and book a future partner reading with me today through the description box below, or again at my website. You can contact me through Instant Go as well. So I love you all so much, and I look very forward to seeing you here very, very soon. So have a wonderful month. I'm wishing you luck, love, again, luck, light, the best in the situation and in all your endeavors this month. So again, I love you guys, and I will see you here again very, very soon. Also, please thumbs up, like this video if the messages resonate with you. Comment, share. Please subscribe if you have not done so already. All right. Thank you guys. Mwah. Love you. See you soon. Oh, there's my baby. Say bye. Bye. All right.